up, everybody? Happy Saturday. Today my twins turned 4, yay! And I ushered in my twins' birthday in like the best way ever. So, you know, I don't normally talk about the youth that I speak to online because, you know, those are like sacred moments for me. And I don't do the work that I do for praise from the public. I really do what I do because I love talking to young minds that are impressionable, and also I love talking to people that want to think about things that are being said. I don't go in there and talk about my degrees. I don't go in there and talk about how I'm an ordained minister. I don't go in there and talk about, you know, crazy stuff. I go in there and I talk about real life. And last night I went to Westlake Village and I talked to the most amazing group of teenagers. Like, they're amazing. And it was such a humbling experience because normally I talk, I leave, I talk, I leave, I talk, I leave. Sometimes I stay, but normally I just talk and leave. And last night I stayed and I was just so blown away by how amazing our teens are. And I want to speak specifically about Hispanic teens who are first generation college students. You know, as a minority and as someone who works with companies and different nonprofit and for-profit Fortune 100 and 500 companies on cultural communication, you know, we don't give enough credit to Hispanics or Mexicans who come here from Mexico, have to learn a whole new language, master it, deal with the heavy accent, deal with not being understood in school, and then they get accepted to college and they really just need guidance on how to navigate through that. And that's where I come in. You know, and I really give an analytical approach from a teen's point of view, you know, or a young adult's point of view, like on how to navigate through college. And I really talk about things that are fundamental: gratitude, affirmations, vision boards, goals, the strategy behind the goal, the vision behind the goal, the determination around the goal. You know, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to be who you are. Even if your humor's a little dry like mine, somebody will get it. It's okay to tell people that you've known a really long time in life to get lost. But above all, don't block your blessings from God. And don't allow anybody to tell you how God should be worshipped. You know, we are so quick to say, and I'm just going to say about black people, we're so quick to say, oh, Black lives matter. Hispanic lives matter too. And I was blessed to speak to a crowd of predominantly Hispanic young adults who are all on their way to college. And I wanted to be able to give them some jewels to take with them. You know, now, I will say that when I walked in, I wasn't too sure about how they were going to receive me. So I still always get nervous when I speak in front of a crowd. You know, I always get nervous. And I really didn't know how they were going to take me. But it was a phenomenal experience. I think that based on the feedback that I got amazing kids I met from Delano and Fireball, Bakersfield. You guys are awesome. And all the places in between Central California that I have not mentioned because I'm driving and shouldn't be recording myself anyway. But God is good. And my kids will be going to the animal sanctuary. I'm really excited about it. I can't wait to share it with you. Stay tuned. Everybody, it's Dawn, the self-esteem queen.
This is Mommy SEQ.
And we today, the peanut gallery is over to my right. Hello, peanut gallery.
Hello. It's Mommy SEQ.
Mommy SEQ, that would be me.
Mommy SEQ.
Okay, and
Okay.
we're going to see how long this one will last today. Okay.
Okay.
So first of all, of course, rest in peace to Prince. My mom.
It's been rough.
It has been rough. It's been very rough for my mom. And, you know, I've had a lot of carbs. In the last several. I was just trying to get myself together over here. Oh, peanut gallery. So the twins turned 4 yesterday. That was a very eventful day. So we took the twins to the animal sanctuary, and you tell them how it went. I'm gonna sip on this good lemonade. Delicious.
Considering they don't go out a lot, they did pretty well. Eric loves tigers. Eric loves lions. But he doesn't like snakes. And once he saw the snakes, he was ready to go.
Tigers.
What I was wanting to say. This is the remix. I had to send them upstairs, y'all. We were talking about speaking and the fact that I don't really like to publicly talk about the speaking that I do. I really hold sacred to my heart the different conversations that I have with teenagers. And a lot of those conversations aren't really things that I want to put on public display. I mean, I have kids telling me that they're being molested by a parent or a sibling or a relative. I have kids come up to me and say a lot of things. You know, oh, I cut my skin, I totally can identify with you. They say all these different things. And I want to make sure that I'm there for them the way that I'm supposed to be. And having a camera right there, it really dilutes the whole experience for the teen. And so I say all that to say,
It's confidential, and we don't want them to basically shut down and not say anything or get into a point that we're looking on social media and somebody has put on there that something detrimental has happened to them.
Right. And it just sort of leads to, you know, this fine line that I've been teetering for years, and especially with the different work that I'm doing and the way that I'm focusing my energy. It's like there are some things that I do need to tell, and there are some stories that I will need to tell. And I have to find that fine line between exploiting what I do and just telling the story so that people understand what I do, because it's very difficult
in a 1-minute conversation or a 90-second conversation to tell somebody all of the different things that I do. And so I just shared a video, the video with the twins turning 4. I just shared a video of little snippets of me speaking this past Friday. And it was a great conversation. And it was really nice to see them post on Instagram, you know, that it was, you know, kind of one of the best talks they had heard in a while. I really just get real, and I really love the work that I do. So it sort of leads to what our topic is for today.
Yeah.
So we really do want to have a conversation about.
Is your charity work just for likes on the internet, on your social media pages? What are you actually doing?
Sorry, the seed. So I'll put that on Prince's head. Rest in peace, Prince. And so, you know, with the passing of Prince, it comes out that all of these philanthropic things that he's done that nobody ever heard about are now coming out to the forefront. And it makes you proud to know that he did these things without the need for public accolade. It just reminds me a lot of what I do. A lot of what I do is really not for public accolade. It's not for people to cheer me on. It's really for God. And my mom was a Jehovah's Witness. You still are a Jehovah's Witness. Well, I was raised Jehovah's Witness. I'm not a Jehovah's Witness now. But I really love and respect that he was true to his religion, and that, you know, they really do practice and preach not to boast about your works. You know, like, you'll never see the people, what are the people called that go from door to door?
Pioneers?
Yeah, so you'll never hear a pioneer sitting up in, like, with their friends or whatever, talking about all the pioneering that they do. They just don't do that because they do that for God, you know. And so I love that there were some things that we did know about Prince, but then there were a lot of things that we didn't know about Prince.
Yeah.
And
I mean, he's done so much work. I caught one of his friends on CNN, and they were interviewing him, and he was saying that he basically has been the face of all the charity work that Prince has been doing. And that is because Prince did not want all the media, and he didn't want all the TMZs and all the other people knowing what he was doing. He's putting solar roofing on homes in Oakland. He's got an organization in Oakland that he actually sponsors for kids. In Baltimore, remember the song Baltimore that he did? He went to Baltimore, did a concert, but he also put money in there. When he said at the Grammys that, or the Billboard Awards, whichever one it was, that books matter, lives matter, albums matter, he meant it. But people always wanted the mystery, and they wanted all the, well, you know, he was doing this and he was doing that. But at the end of the day, when he goes before God, what do you have that you're going to go to God with? What charity work are you doing that you don't have to publicize, but God knows that you're doing?
you know, and it, you know, is your charity work for likes? It's like, how do you want to be remembered? You know, I know how I want to be remembered, but I just wonder sometimes, what are people really doing the charity work for? You know, what are you doing when nobody is watching, and what is your point of letting everybody know that you do charity work? It's like, yeah, I may say I do charity work, but I never exploit the people that I'm helping.
We gave away, and you guys know months ago, we gave away so much stuff. But we didn't sit there and post it on social media. Oh yeah, well look what we did. We did this and we did that. No, because it wasn't important. What was important is the people that needed to have it, got it. And that was the bottom line.
Sorry. I'm working on mine. Today's my cheat day. Well, I've had cheat day for the last several days.
Oh, I need a cheat day. I've been in mourning since Thursday. I need a cheat day.
I've taken several for her. on her behalf. But it's like, I often wonder to myself, you know, are people that post everything they do online in the form of charity work, are they doing it for their ego, or are they doing it for God? It's like, where does the point of, you know, your ego versus humbleness come in? And that's where I have an issue, because it's like, I know that I need to publicize a lot more of what I do in order to get the private funding. I don't really look for government funding, because I've been funding my own nonprofit for the last umpteen years. And before I had this particular 501c3, I had another. And I've always funded my own work. So it's like, I have never really had a reason to like exploit people. But now that I want to get private funding, I often wonder, you know, at what line can I get to without crossing it, where I can explain what it is that I do, who the people are that I serve, why I serve them, and what they get from me in that service. And
It's really hard to really put it together, because you don't want to exploit anyone, but you also need to do something that someone knows what the SEQ does, what the SEQ Hope Foundation stands for, how you serve at-risk teams.
well, maybe a few months ago I talked about being, you know, not taking the time to be humble to the point of humiliation anymore, and I'm there. And I just think that this is really a subject that we should explore a little further. Probably not all today, but a subject we should explore further. You know, and I think people should really ask themselves, you know, are you feeding the homeless, you know, just for the picture? It's like, I would never want a snapshot of me homeless while somebody was feeding me. I would never, like, especially with today's social media, it's like people don't ask. Because if you can't ask somebody, can I take a picture of you while I'm feeding you, then you probably shouldn't be taking a picture of them while you're feeding them.
But why would you even want to take a picture of feeding somebody?
What do you have-
What's your problem?
Like, what do you have to prove by doing that? You know what I mean? Like, when I do things in certain situations, I'll ask, like, if I feed the homeless, I'll say, well, can I take a picture of this so that I can encourage other people to do the same? That's what I say. That's sincerely what I mean. If I'm clothing people, I say, can I take a picture of this so that I can share it with my friends so that they can do the same? You know, but if you don't even want to ask the question, you shouldn't even be taking the picture. I did a video, like, not too long ago where I was on the beach and I was talking about being grateful or whatever. And as I was walking back off the sand back to my car, I saw this guy, and literally he was taking a picture of this homeless person who was asleep right by the sand, and there were birds that were picking in his belongings, in this homeless guy's belongings, and he was just sitting there snapping pictures.
How
and
rude.
I just sat there and stared at him. I said, are you really going to do that? And then I just walked away, like, you know, let me not get ethnic. You know, let me not get ethnic.
But I mean, what is that? Did you want to post that because of the plight this person was in? Or did you want to post this because it's like, oh, ha, ha, ha? That's not funny.
It's not at all.
It's not
At all.
funny.
So, hope you guys log in to see the video of the SEQ twins. If you guys have not seen it, then you should be subscribed to my YouTube channel because it's on there. And so, watch the video. There's snippets of me speaking in Westlake Village. There's also video of the twins, a little bit of, you know, Erica, Miss Sassy herself. And, you
The
know,
alter ego.
yeah, something like that. And I do want to encourage you guys to log on to LikeTheMood.com. Like the Mood is how I solely fundraise for the SEQ Hope Foundation. We service 3 groups of teens. We service all of them at-risk youth, but Native American teens on reservations who are dealing with suicide, depression, and health issues. We work with teens in the LGBTQ community, mentoring them for free all over the world, in person and via Skype. And we also work with teens that have been victims of sex trafficking, survivors of child sex trafficking, and young men. We work with them to alleviate the amount of teenagers who turn into pimps. And I do that work solely by funding it myself. All of the speaking that I do for my for-profit goes directly to my nonprofit. And we also sell candles that I make handmade from the best ingredients that you can buy: essential oils, soy, and coconut wax. And I do small batches for other nonprofits. A lot of the work that I do, so when we started doing Light the Mood, I wanted it to, my vision at first was, person to person, and then organizations started to come to me and they started to say, can we please use your candles for our fundraisers? And so sort of overnight the shift has turned more into like a business to business. But I really still love to make candles for just regular people. So just know that I have a candle factory, and I'm still making candles. And if you go to lightthemood.com, we have monthly subscriptions. We have the Lux collection, the Hope collection. I'm also going to be adding some other collections soon. But we also have prayer bowls, which I've talked about in the past. But here's one here. So this is one of the prayer bowls that we sell. It is a silver plated bowl. Let me get up on that camera. Ooh, look at that, it's beautiful. Yeah, so it's a silver plated bowl made in Turkey. And with the prayer bowls, you get affirmation cards. You get a stick of California white sage. You get incense that I personally make, and you get a prayer scarf, and you also get 15 tea lights. And so log on to lightthemood.com so you can grab one for yourself or somebody that you love. It is a great meditation scape for anybody, really. And I do have a lot of friends who are Hindu and a lot of friends that are Buddhist. They actually use this plate to put their rose water in that they drink after prayer. And so check us out. I hope you guys have a great day, and
Happy Sunday.
happy Sunday.
Who am I to